MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New York Jets.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from MetLife Stadium.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's home.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Hall want to give up the middle.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now a play fake. Rodgers flushed out. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Now it's Rodgers.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
If I'm making excuses, and I am, sometimes the sun can be difficult on a ball like that. That looked like it was going to be right there, but it's in and out of his hands. And a potential big play goes by the wayside.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
2nd down and 4.
Play action. Here's Goff.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
How are you jumping?
Detroit.
I see you jump.
Jamison Williams.
46 yards.
And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Xavier Gibson now from his end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands of Kyle.
And he's going to be stopped right there at the 21. Rodgers now on 1st down. Flush to his right.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton.
And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32. 42-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a
Better
throw like
put in
this.
Wilson.
This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
They'll fake the give. Now gone.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
Touchdown.
Jamison
Run away
Williams.
from you.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. The throw over the middle taken in, and he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. On first down, Rodgers.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report
That
on
looks
these
like a
DBs
flag.
tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one
Oh,
go
God.
deep, back over the middle. Touchdown, Jets. Randall Cobb, 40 yards.
And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Play action. It's gone.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that kept...
And now the rookie's free.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
62 yards.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Rodgers with a pass caught by Conklin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They'll give to Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Rodgers now to throw.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know the defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
He'll buy some time right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It'll wind up going as a sack and a loss of 2. And now the task gets more difficult here on 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
That is caught, and he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
Fuck off,
He
mutual.
goes left side, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort, but maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD. And everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do?
Oh, this game is so over.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Rodgers going to throw. Open man, here is Cobb.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a big force of completion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Lions will take over.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. To about the 35, 2nd down. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
He wants Reynolds way downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Here's Goff.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's
Throwing on third. Goff. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And just shutting him off there. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Jets 14.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
Oh, wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Running left, Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Montgomery running right. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. Badgley able to knock this one through.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On 1st and 10, Goff. And this complete to Mitchell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Goff on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Off play action. Here's Goff. On the move to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. And quickly, they get to the line. Montgomery back to the ground.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
That don't matter.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Jets take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
This is taken at the 18.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On play action, now Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 30.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall to the 27-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
He finds Wilson.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution?
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Well, fuck.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get this back
No
to
way,
the
stop it.
34-yard line. And Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at the 34.
He'll throw from the gun.
Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On play action, Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Cobb. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Cobb. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Hall. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and
Ball again. And he will not get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Rolling to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken at the goal line.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Inside the 20.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
David Montgomery, 71 yards. And the Lions use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, fuck.
Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
2nd and 6.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Touchdown! Brock Wright, 44 yards.
And the Lions have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
53, Jets 39. Jack Fox to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That's caught by Wilson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a
On 1st down, Rodgers.
That's pulled in by Wilson.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.